What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now, let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney. Keep it cute, get the boot.
Your girl, as whack as she is in all her glory, was in the New York Times. All right, you guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Evidence Over Emotions, the Road to Sentencing for R.KELLY series. Okay. Now, as you guys know, I've been keeping you guys abreast when it comes to this trial with R.KELLY and the appeal process and etc. Okay. So this morning, I came live to you guys for a good hot 2 hours, and we were covering the earlier stages of the sentencing. Okay. And now here we are back with the second leg of the sentencing. Okay. As I recall, what is just updated was that Judge Donnelly took a break until 2:30, which will be technically 1:30 Central Standard Time. So if you're tuning in, they're on break. It's no more updates right now. But since we took that little break here with WhitneyD TV, a lot of stuff has transpired. We have a little bit of updates and clippings in regards to the victim speaking out. I reached out to Miss Rogers. I reached out to Lizzette and let them both know how proud I am of them as far as Faith, as far as Lizzette. I text her, let her know, Sissy, I'm so proud of you. So we'll see if they comment back. I did share the link with Lizzette personally to let her know, we're going to be going live over here with WhitneyD TV. So hopefully we'll get some exclusive information with people that are there, the victims, okay? But not for nothing, you guys, welcome back to another installation of The Road to Sentencing for R.KELLY. All right, you guys, welcome back. All right, welcome to Evidence Over Emotions. Where are you guys tuning in from? Please let me know. This is a very historical day, and you guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here tuning in to WhitneyD TV, and I appreciate y'all so very much. And I'm gonna get you guys caught up and up to date as to what is going on currently. Okay, make sure you guys keep it cute, or you will get the boot. My mods are on go today. Okay, rightfully so. This is a hot day. Shoot outside and in the building. Okay. If you would like to join the channel, you can do so by clicking the link that's located in the chat. If you would like to tip the hostess with the mostest, you can do so by sending me a super chat here in the comments, or you can send it via Cashapp at WhitneyD TV 87, and I will highly appreciate that. Okay, now if you got a tip, you can send it to ReviewswithWhitneyD@gmail.com. But however, I am full lock and loaded on channels CNN, Court TV, NBC, ABC, and I am watching for updates for the New York Times since it's their domain. Okay, so we are locked and loaded. Hey, this is our channel. So if you guys know of any broadcast that is that's updating or that is covering it, let me know in the chat. I am paying attention and I will pull that up. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, we're going to be going through articles. I'm going to be showing you guys footage from this series that I created last year for R.KELLY sentencing, to get everybody abreast and caught up while we're waiting on the overall verdict in regards to his sentencing. Okay. All right, you guys, not for nothing. Let me get into this chat before we get into these updates with the victims and what they had to say in their impact statements. Okay. All right. Let's see who's in the building. Hey, Tavier. Hey, Katie, my mod with the mostest. Hey, Linda. Hey, blessed 1045. She said, hello, I'm back, girl. Aren't we all? How Queen Key said, hey, are you? What's are you? I know, hey, or how, how are you? Look now, y'all know I'm a little old, okay? All right, Katie has that link if you would like to join the channel, okay? All right. And then Katie, thank you for this because yes, this material is protected by fair use clause of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowing the rebroadcast of copyrighted materials for the purpose of commentary, entertainment, and education. And we're gonna be doing a little bit of all of that on today, okay? And I will be coming back tonight live full effect, and we're going to talk about the verdict because I know it's going to come in. Hopefully we can catch it live here. Otherwise I will be doing these like, come on breaks until we get a sentence verdict in. But not for nothing. Yes, okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All comments, thoughts, and opinions expressed are alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Monica says, are we back? Yes, we are back. We are back. Okay. We are back full fledged, live in effect. Okay. West Coast Bells in the building. All right. Yes. Thank you, Katie. She stated, and I just told y'all that. I told y'all I was eating my little piece on my break, child, but I was watching. Okay. And my moms were on it, especially Katie. They are breaking until 1:30, okay, Eastern Standard Time. So right now here in the state of Texas is 1:08. So currently there it is what 2:08. So they'll be starting here soon, okay? All right. So I timed that pretty good. Y'all see that? And I got updates and everything for everybody who is tuning in if you guys weren't able to pay attention. Nia says, I am proud of them too. I hope he gets 25 to 30 years. Also, she says, I'm proud of all the ladies. I am too. Hey, beautifully animated, y'all. So last month, my girl came down to Dallas and celebrated my fashion show that I produced, the Era Fashion Experience. And I got to meet Beautifully Animated, and she got to meet me. I'm real. Okay. We had a good old time, and y'all can catch that footage on my channel. Katie says, PSA, please arrive respectful or be removed embarrassed. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. House of Princess says, I had a nap. Girl, I didn't even get to have a nap. I literally ran to the bank because I'm trying to open up a new bank account, child. I got to have different bank accounts. Okay. So I went to do that. Had to actually freaking schedule an appointment. Lord, gone are the days when you can just walk into a bank and do your thing. So I went to the bank, had to set up that appointment. Then the kiddos were yelling about pizza. So I ran over to Little Caesars, got us some ready-mades, came back to the house, cleaned up a little bit, and here I am. Hey, okay, Nakia. Hey, Nakia. She said, hey, hey, honey bunches of oats. Hey, Long Star Handsome. He says, hey, Miss Wit. Missed you a lot, Fit. Aw, miss you a little bit. I miss you too. Katie says, oh, child, if you don't knock it off talking about old, I'm 35. I'm knocking at 40. Okay. Hey, Karen B said, hey, Whitney from Houston, H-Town. H-Town in the building. What it do? Hey. Let me see who else is in here. All right, y'all. Okay. So let me get you guys updated to everything. Okay. Last that we left off of here, we heard that R. Kelly had on some black glasses. He actually said good morning. So everybody was able to hear him speak for a little bit. He said good morning to the judge. He had on a khaki shirt, which that's weird. I'm used to hearing khaki pants, but he had on a khaki shirt and some black glasses. He quite often had his elbows on the table with his head between his hands, with his head down, not looking up so much to hear what anybody had to say except for the judge. When the judge would speak, he'll put his head up, but majority of the time he had his head down. And so yeah. Okay, so that's all we heard so far. Okay. And they were in the process of hearing the impact statements from the victims. And so this is where we continue at. These are the updates that I'm getting from the New York Times. I ask that you guys please be watching these channels for me to make sure that I'm not missing any coverage for y'all. I am tuned into CNN, Court TV, NBC, and ABC. So if one of you guys can delegate each other to watch a certain channel, that'll be great. So if anything pops up while I'm reading these articles, we can head on over there. All right. So as you guys see, I am sharing my screen in regards to the New York Times. Shouts out to the New York Times. I did a article with the New York Times. Pat myself on the back, okay? I am a published YouTuber, okay? You know what I'm saying? Not too many of your faves can say that in regards to the New York Times, okay? Very credible. But anywho, this is where I would begin the updates first, and I pushed it all the way back to the latest one, okay? Because this is the one we saw that they took a little break, okay? So the last one that I talked to you guys about was Angela. I will repeat it since we're listening to all of the impact statements from the victims, okay? So let's read this again, and we're going to continue, okay? We're 15 minutes away from them starting back up, okay? So court resumed just before noon after a brief recess. The first victim to make a statement was Angela, who testified during R. Kelly's trial. Angela, who wore a bright orange dress, her long hair hanging past her waist, stood at a lectern as she looked directly at Kelly and spoke in an unwavering voice, meaning very direct, okay? She called Kelly a Pied Piper who lured children with his money and celebrity. With every addition of a new victim, you grew in wickedness, she said. You used your fame and power to groom and coach underage boys and girls for your own sexual gratification, she added. Angela then sighed heavily before continuing. Today, we reclaim our names, she said. We are no longer the preyed upon individuals we once were. Kelly then glanced up at her once before promptly looking down at the table where he sat. I pray that God reaches your soul, she said. And I would have to absolutely agree. I hope that God reaches his soul too. You know what I'm saying? And I pray to God that maybe we'll hear an apology from him. You know what I'm saying? That will be dope. Do I see it in the cards? I don't know. But I really do hope that he does his due diligence of apologizing to these victims, you know? Okay, y'all. 1 second. All right, y'all. Anywho, hey, Pettyville, welcome back. Okay. All right. So yeah, I hope so too. And see, the thing is about all of this, I'm more so concerned about his soul more than anything else. I mean, this flesh will die off, but I'm more so concerned about his soul and what's to come of it. Okay. I'm just gonna be quite frank and honest with you. That is what I am more so concerned about. This man's soul and what it's going to be after on the other side. Because I'm telling y'all, you are not getting away with anything. You're merely getting by. Okay. So let's continue this. Let's hear. Hey, Jade Marie. Let's continue hearing from these victims. Okay. So the next one up that took the stand. Okay. Well, actually, let me see what this update says. As the second woman to read a witness statement at R. Kelly's sentencing began to speak, she paused, taking. Oh, let me make it bigger on the screen so y'all can see. As the second woman to read a witness statement at R. Kelly's sentencing began to speak, she paused, taking several breaths, collecting herself before introducing herself as Addie. So next up was Addie. So after Angela was Addie. Okay. Writing this impact statement was hard, she said, through sniffles. Addie, who also testified during Kelly's trial says she asked to not use her name in court for fear of retaliation. That's so unfortunate. She goes on to say, I never knew that going to that concert in September of 1994 was going to change me forever. Dang, she said, referred to a concert for Aaliyah, a singer who was also a victim of Kelly. Addie met Kelly there and she said he sexually assaulted her. She did not see him for decades, she said, until the trial. Addie remained silent for decades, something she now regrets. The last 4 years have been a rude awakening of how my silence has hurt others, she said. And what she means by that is whenever you get sexually abused and you're quiet, you allow the opportunity for other people to get hurt because you're not speaking out, right? Nia says, that's right. Hang your head in shame. Queen Keith says, yep. She calculated them numbers. Judge is giving him a lot of numbers. We shall see. Hey, Moonlight, welcome back, honey bunches. Yeah, we shall see. Next up is my girl, Lizzette. I wish, you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can get her on tonight, y'all. I'm going to see if she's up for it. Lizzette Martinez, who featured in the documentary Surviving R. Kelly, you guys, and we had an exclusive interview with her. I'll probably pull it up and maybe we can listen in on it, okay? But yes, y'all, I got to interview Lizzette Martinez. Goes on to say, was the third person to give a witness statement, accompanied by her attorney, Gloria Allred. January 1995. Eventually changed me forever, Martinez said about the day she met Kelly in a mall in a mall in when y'all see it when she was 17. As an aspiring singer, Kelly promised to mentor her, she said, but he began abusing her about 2 months after they met. I was left in shock, confused, in tears, she said. Now, Martinez described the abuse. I do not know how to put a price on all I've gone through, she said. I am now 45, a mother, and I struggle with mental health. Throughout the testimony, Kelly did not look at Martinez. Robert, you destroyed so many people's lives, she said. Good job, Lizzette. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. Beautifully Animated said, that's what happened to me. Queen Keith says, that's what's taken so long. Yeah. And Moonlight says, this is going to be really, I don't know. All right, let's continue. Let's see who was next up. All right, a fourth and fifth woman addressed the court soon after. One, identified as Jane Doe number 2, described in detail how R. Kelly would return sweaty from basketball games with his friends before making her perform oral sex on him. I felt special because someone who was special to the world was interested in me, she said, adding, I hope you go to jail for the rest of your life. Now, the next woman, Kitty Jones, which I need to reach out to her. I need to see how she's been doing. She's a Dallas native. Said that Kelly did things to her that she plans to take to my grave. Wow. Also saying, many of us have been waiting for this day to come. A sixth woman identifies as Faith. then took the lectern, her father at her side. Hey, Mr. Charles. I hope you forgive yourself, she said. Her father put his arm around her back as she began to cry. I forgive myself, she said. Then her father addressed the court. I didn't come here to bash Mr. Kelly, he said. I don't want to ask you, Mr. Kelly, to look at me, man to man, father to father. Put yourself in my shoes. I've certainly put myself in your shoes. Mr. Kelly never looked up. Yikes. The final woman to speak before court broke for lunch was Sonia, also known as Jane Doe number 3, who testified at trial that she was imprisoned and raped at his home in Olympia Fields, Illinois in 2003. Now, this honestly is the testimony that they threw out or that they disregarded because they said it was all over the place. I told y'all, and I don't know how many of y'all can remember me saying this, I said I believed it. I believed her testimony, and I still do believe her testimony. I believe that it was up and down because it's been so long ago, but I believed it. But that's neither here nor there. This is what she had to say. She described how Kelly would have people watch and follow her over the years. I was scared for my life, she said. Sonia had emailed a statement to the court that she did not wish to read in full. But before leaving the lectern, she added, I hope and I pray to God that we can all heal. And then as you guys see, that's when they broke at the court. It's pausing the hearing until 2:30, okay? So we have I want to say 5 minutes before we hear any other updates in regards to it. But that is the last update. Yeah, that's it right there in regards to everything. Yikes. I'm checking now to see if Court TV is doing anything. Let me see. Nope, they are still covering the missing son murder trial. CNN is on commercial, so I can't tell y'all. NBC is covering the NATO formally invites Finland and Sweden to join. And ABC is on commercial break. All right, so that is it in regards to those updates. But let's look at some stuff. I'm going to share my screen. Let's look at some more coverage to see how we got here. I'm gonna get in the comments and see what you guys had to say, but we are still waiting for the sentence verdict and what everybody has to say about that. They will be starting back in 5 minutes. We have no updates as to right now, okay? So let me do this. I'm going to I want to pull up the interview that I did with Lizzette, one of the victims. I'm gonna pull this interview up. Y'all better know your girl be I be getting y'all the interviews. I try, chat. I try. Okay, let me go ahead and share this screen. Like I said, I'm gonna be pinging in and out of here. I am going to be looking at the updates as they come in. And y'all let me know if anything comes in or whatever. Let me see. Okay, let me see what y'all comments saying, and then we're gonna go to her interview. Okay. Beautifully Anime says, I fought my attacker while my sister and his brother were trying to break down the door. I got out, but not reporting him. He was able to attack another girl a few days to a week later. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when you don't speak out. That's why I'm a big supporter of the victims, period. Nia says, that's right, Lizzette, address his bum ass. Mm-hmm. Bless says abuse of any kind will affect your mental health. Absolutely, of any kind. You're absolutely right. Lone Star said they might put a L at the end of this sentence. Yeah. Nia says he's a coward. Aaron says, finally, the day has so arrived, which is long overdue and exhausting. Yep, we're here now. Daryl says, where is Joy? Well, she's still with them. I just read this alleged letter that came from her in regards to a character witness of his in support of him. And she was just singing his praises again. So she's still with him, Daryl. All right, you guys, I'm finna turn it on over to this interview that I did with Lizzette Martinez, okay? Guys, I am so excited. Tonight has been well overdue. Like I told you guys, I was going to be bringing you guys the beautiful survivor Lizzette here tonight. Okay, so we're not going to hold anything else without further ado. After this, I will be introducing you guys to Lizzette Martinez. Hey, peace and serenity.
My name is Lizzette Martinez from Sunny Isles Beach, Florida.
As seen on Lifetime's controversial Surviving R.KELLY, Survivor, not Jane Doe number 9, How I Survived R.KELLY. Lizzette Martinez joins me live for an exclusive interview.
My best friend was with me and she said, Liz, this is your big break. Let's get your makeup and hair done now. You know, this is it. You're going to make it. We were so naive.
Join us tonight as we sit down for a candid interview with Lizzette Martinez on how she survived. What up, Lizzette? First, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You look so beautiful.
So do you. But
oh my God.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's like waited for this.
Yes. Oh my gosh. When I tell you everybody has been like, Whitney, when this is going on, I'm like, look, okay. We had some scheduling issues we had to get together. So I thank you again. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So first and foremost, how did you hear about little old WhitneyD TV? Please do tell.
Well, I was tuning in during the trial.
Oh, wow.
And then like Mrs. Rogers and I we talk like every day, 20 times a day, or not now because I'm super busy, but we try to tap in every day.
Right.
And she thinks the world of you.
Oh, I adore her. I adore her. I'm gonna get her on next. Ms. Rogers, I'm gonna get her on next. Yes, ma'am.
She should come on the show for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm just excited to have you here. Last week, as you are aware, because you were in the chat, we read the first chapter of your wonderful book that we're going to get into tonight. So I'm just honored. It is going to be a beautiful read. I have to finish getting all the information, all the gusto out of it. But before we dive in, I just want everybody to get to know who Lizzette is. I mean, and um, I want to say disconnected from the whole surviving R. Kelly. We know all of that, but who is Lizzette Martinez?
First and foremost, I'm a mother. I have twins.
Wow.
And boy and girl, and they are very creative kids. And sometimes they're headaches, but they're my kids, and I love them. I enjoy reading. I love to cook. I'm from Miami. I mean, I was born in New York, but I was raised mostly in Miami. So, like, I really am the girl from Miami. If you read the book, you know what that means. But I'm the girl from Miami, and I probably never leave Miami. I left Miami to go to LA, and I didn't really like LA, but that's another story. I have six sisters. I have 6 sisters and 2 brothers, and I'm super close to my family. I love my sisters so much. I call them my beautiful sisters, and I'm just me. Like, sometimes, I get into my creative mood where I'll write, and I'll write songs. I'm a songwriter as well. I wrote a song for the Me Too movement. Basically, I wrote a song called My Truth. And I dedicated it to all of the R. Kelly silence breakers. And I don't know what else you want to know, but I'm an Aries.
Oh,
Aries
Lord.
Aries gang.
No. My sister is an Aries. No, you guys are brutally honest. You're blunt.
Well, I can't help it.
Okay, honey. No, ma'am. No, I'm a Gemini.
Well, I love Geminis, but you gotta love Aries, because Aries tell it how it is.
Exactly. Aries. And that's not good. Okay. We can both be telling it like it is. And then
I'll hold my tongue, and then you can go off, and then you can hold your tongue, and then I'll go off.
Exactly. Which it's a fair exchange. Yeah. Y'all wanted to come on because I saw a post. I saw a comment, shall I say. Moonlight says, this is weird, Hold on. He said, I'm sorry, my son came in and threw me off. This is weird, I mean, how? Does R. Kelly really, really love her? Even Azriel left him. No, he doesn't. Okay. He doesn't love her. And no shade. And y'all know I love all these victims, even the ones that don't know they're victims. She don't even love herself. Okay. You can't possibly love yourself enough to endure all of this stuff that's going on, to furthermore to look and see this man being on trial, being convicted, and now being sentenced, and still sit up here and say you're gonna stick by him. No. She don't love herself. Okay. And that's the reason why it's so easy to keep her. I mean, everybody done left him. Like you said, Azriel is gone. That was his top honcho. That's who he had before the world, talking and proclaiming, professing his love. And then when she got ghost, there goes Joy. And she just happy because she like, I'm just happy to be here. She's there, and she feels like, oh, he loves me. No, baby, you just are what's left. Okay, you are just what's left. He was just talking about marrying Azriel. Now all of a sudden you the fiance. Girl, child, couldn't be me. It couldn't. Had you writing letters and talking about he treated you good and the other girls. Like, come on now. It just, child. Beautiful Anime says, one of my favorite looks on you, Whitney. Thank you. I love this brown look. I did. I threw that together real quick. I love this brown look. I'm gonna be playing it in the background while it's going on. But yeah, this is one of my favorite looks too. Long Star says, Robert only loves himself. Thank you. You hit it right on the head. Beautifully Animated says, I don't think Robert even loves himself. He's just broken and messed up. A soulless being that is no longer roaming the earth, but put away in a box. Yep.
It's on Amazon. Just type in Jane Doe number 9 and you'll find it. It's been doing really, really great on Amazon. I'm trying to get it into some bookstores. I got some other things brewing with the book, but I don't really want to get into it yet. We'll come back another time and talk about those things.
Already, you got to give me exclusive. You got to give me exclusive.
I will. And so just go to Amazon. It's on Kindle. The audio book is going to drop in December.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually the end of November. Sorry, November 29th, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot know that, but yeah. I chose the actress and she's really animated like me. And so, you know, some people don't like to read, but the audiobook is amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, the book in itself, you guys, is amazing. I'm going to provide the link in the description box upon the conclusion of this interview, you guys. So don't worry. Not for nothing. Jane Doe number 9. Okay. Where did that come from? Because we know all of the Jane Does and John Does that were involved with the trial, but I don't recall you being in it. What happened?
Well, I wasn't in person in it, but I am Jane Doe number 9 from the indictment and from the court documents. So you have to go back and look at all the ones that when we went through 20, I'm number 9 in the document. So I am.
So you were there, but you wasn't there.
I didn't go there I can't get into the reasons as to why.
You don't have
to.
But
I'm Jane Doe number 9. I'm a victim enlisted in court documents against Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I will be, my name is Jane Doe number 9. And that's why the book is named Jane Doe number 9.
That's where it came from.
Because people think that just because you didn't make it to trial, there was a lot of other women that up to
my husband said that's creative. He over here too.
Oh, so that's what the point of the book is, that so people understand that I was sitting there waiting to be called, and because of some legalese things that the prosecutor was not very happy with the judge, saying that I could only talk about certain things. It just didn't work out, and I can't get into all of it.
Now I'm gonna pause right there, because those that have been keeping abreast and we've been reading the transcripts over here and any kind of update pertaining to it, okay, that is true. Do y'all remember, like Judge Johnley would say, that they couldn't really talk about certain things because it will slide over into 2 different things. One, his new pending trials that he has in Minnesota or Chicago, or any like past trials. So it was like a very, very slippery, thin slope that the victims had to and the witnesses had to slide in. I know y'all remember that. If you do, put a 1 in the chat. But remember, Judge Johnley shut down a lot of information because of that. Because again, she was fair, and that's what I'm saying. Not too many people pay attention to that. Even she was trying to protect his image, if you will, when it came to this trial, because she didn't want people to be talking about some stuff that happened in 1919, nor she didn't want people to be talking about something that would hurt him or hinder his trial in the upcoming trials. So yeah, so that probably could have been the reason why she didn't take the stand. Miss Mo, hey beautiful, says kudos to Lizzette for sharing her victim impact statement today. I hope it brings her closure. Me too. I am going to reach out to her to see if she feels up to it. I don't want to pressure her, but I'm going to see if she would like to come on tonight, or if she would like to send a exclusive statement here that I can bring to you guys. Moonlight says, yeah, I agree. Peace and Serenity says, did Lizzette go to sentencing impact statement? She did. She was there. She's there now. Yeah, she made a statement. Lizzette had this to say during her impact statement. Let me read hers. I got a snippet of it that's been reported on the New York Times. So that's what I'm reading. So it says here, reported by New York Times, Lizzette Martinez, who was featured in the documentary Surviving R.KELLY, was the 3rd person to give a witness statement, accompanied by her attorney, Gloria Allred. January 1995 eventually changed me forever, Martinez said about the day she met Kelly in a mall when she was 17. As an aspiring singer, Kelly promised to mentor her, she said, but he began abusing her about 2 months after they met. She says, I was left in shock, confused, and in tears, she said. Martinez described the abuse. I do not know how to put a price on all I've gone through, she said. I am now 45 and mother, and I struggle with mental health. Throughout the testimony, Kelly did not look at Martinez. Robert, you destroyed so many people's lives, she said. So that was her a little snippet of her impact statement. So yes, she was there and she got her voice heard today. Monica says, what in the hell is he got this young lady holding up her life for? He's so selfish. He is. Miss Mo says, yes, the New York Times said she provided a statement. Yep. Okay, the chosen one. So you do remember, right? Yeah, so the judge did stop a lot of testimony because she was low-key trying to protect him. She didn't want old 1919 stuff to come up, nor did she want present day stuff to impact. So while they be talking about Judge Donnelly, she's very fair. Nia says, I agree, Judge Donnelly was fair. Exactly, very fair. Very. Les says he is showing no remorse towards the victims. I think the sentence should reflect that. I feel so too. What would be smart for him is to get his butt up there and apologize. But we're going to see if that happens. Peace and Serenity says Dominique has been so quiet. I hope she's doing well. Dominique is low-key living her life. Dominique is no longer Dominique. I am friends with her on Facebook. She reached out to me before because somebody had hacked her account and they reached out to me. And so I told her, and she and I have been corresponding since then. Dominique is fine. Dominique has a whole husband. She just got married. She got her daughter. Dominique is living, okay? If she's in New York, I don't know. I should reach out and see. Peace and Serenity says, good job, Lizzette. Moonlight says, how long is the sentencing? Well, they just started back at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. It just started back. So like I said, I am keeping my eyes glued to CNN right now. I'm watching CNN. I also have Court TV up. I have NBC up right now. I have ABC up as well. And nobody is covering anything right now. So I can't give any updates if there's not any. And like we did earlier today, if there's no looming updates, then we're going to take another like hour or two break while we allow updates to build up, and I'll come back and I'll report everything to you. But nothing right now. So right now, okay, you checking Twitter? Thank you. Okay. See, I'm telling y'all, my babies be on it. I love y'all. I absolutely love y'all. Katie saying no update yet. Thank you. And then we got Nia in the building. She says, I'm checking Twitter. See? So my babies, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all be on it. Y'all be on it. So, yeah, so nothing yet. Daniel says, out with the trash. To the damn dumpster, he goes. Taking the garbage out is everything. Yep. I agree with you, baby. I don't have no remorse or sympathy for R.KELLY. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Peace and Serenity says, it's funny. Lockhart Media in Minnesota has even been covering Debo's arrest. Really? So I just want to let Debo's situation be a cautionary tale to all you people. I tried to tell y'all. How many of y'all remember I told y'all this? I said, y'all might want to tread lightly, but y'all got to know it's not over. Yeah. It's not over. I try to warn y'all. All y'all messing around with these victims, and not just even the victims, but the victims' parents. I tried to tell y'all, did I not? I try to tell y'all. Y'all up here talking all this noise and messing with these people and stuff, cyberbullying people and stuff like that. You reap what you sow. And like I said, you're not getting away with anything. You're merely getting by. Okay? So all the false information that y'all was putting out there, y'all know y'all gonna be held accountable for that. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but your time is coming. So, the chosen one says, yeah, she was very fair, very fair. Peace and Serenity said he should get life. We will see. We will see. So I'm gonna turn it back over to this interview with Lizzette as we are waiting for coverage. Like I said, if we meet the hour mark and we don't have any looming updates, then we'll take a break, you guys, and then we'll come back in a few more hours. And hopefully I have more boom updates like I did with the impact statements from the victims. And we'll see. You know, this can take hours, you guys. It's like another trial, if you will. It's like a whole nother trial. Peace and Serenity says, do you think they will tie Debo into R. Kelly's sentencing? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think so, because they're two different situations that are going on. So Moonlight said, this is really important, but they are not covering that. Shave my head. Well, to be honest with you, like, let's just be real. And y'all know we talk about it over here. People are trying to get disconnected with R. Kelly as much as they can now. They see that this ain't no game, that this man is guilty and is being held accountable. So people are keeping their distance, and no shade, no tea. Don't nobody really care about R. Kelly like that. I'm just going to be 100% with you. It's a big thing with us on YouTube, child. Ain't nobody really checking for R. Kelly and what's going on with him. Let's just be 100%. This is a whole YouTube thing. It's popping on YouTube. Okay? A lot of stuff that we were covering here on YouTube, the freaking news didn't have yet. Okay? A lot of the information y'all were getting here first, and then it got picked up by the media outlets. Tell me I'm wrong. If y'all agree that a lot of the exclusive stuff that we were covering here hit first here and then on to the media outlets, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree and say that, you know what I'm saying, that this is a big deal in media, put a 2. But like I said, I literally had a freaking interview with the New York Times. Little old me, YouTuber. Why? Because my coverage of this trial was extensive. Okay. I was talking to victims' parents. I was giving y'all some TT. Okay. And then you will see it on, you know what I'm saying, the media outlets and stuff like that. It's big here on YouTube. We've been keeping this mug hot between the likes of Larry, between Diva Divine, Atmos, and the rest of everybody. Aside from all this stupid, silly mess that people been keeping up on YouTube, we've been keeping this R. Kelly stuff hot. It's not popping in real life. Let's just be real. Don't nobody give a darn about R. Kelly. They've been knowing about R. Kelly. Okay? They've been knowing about R. Kelly. Danny says, I can't believe he was able to do this for so many years. And the first time he went to court years ago, they acted like these ladies were just. Imagine seeing from the victims. Hello, I wish I had my gavel. I'm not at my desk. Yes, ma'am. Well, first off, let me get a sip. Oh, y'all. I'm not a brand ambassador affiliation with this, but crushed watermelon popping. Anyways, he got away with it because it was feeding the outer cores of the machine. They were getting their checks. If you listen to the coverage that I did for Harvey Weinstein, because he had a documentary and people was talking out. And then if you look at the Hugh Hefner documentary, Everybody knew what these monsters was doing, but the fact of the matter that they was getting their checks and they were getting the fame and they were they were okay with it. Feed the monster. He wants little girls, he wants little boys. Let's make sure that we put him in a facility. That's how he got away with it so long. He's got old, dried up, stank, and watered down. So they said, okay, off with his head. Now the new R. Kelly is Trey Songz. How many of you guys remember me? I started that series about Trey Songz, the new R. Kelly, and I read the documents, the transcripts. How many of y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat. I started that. Then all of a sudden you see the mainstream media is Trey Songz, the new R. Kelly. I was like, really? Mind you, that video that I did probably got like 500 or 600 views. But here first, baby. Here first. Okay? But yeah, that's why. And then eventually more and more of the different ones in this industry will be exposed. Okay? Will be exposed. It's time out for that. And that's another thing. Excuse me. I was a victim. And my family labeled me as a black sheep, a liar. I was hot. I wanted it. And mind you, this was by way of a relative that molested me for years. I wanted him. So I don't play when it comes to these victims. Danny said, imagine seeing from the victim's eyes as their cases were looked at like a joke. I know. That's so sad. Tavia said, hey niece, hey honey bunches. Piece of Serena says they refer to him as a disgraced singer. He is. Danny says, and he was able to continue and even picking up one of the girls who was cheering him on during the trial. Yes, you're talking about Joronda and rocked her world. Yep. And that's what's so eerie about it. And, you know, he even did this to a super fan, a self-proclaimed super fan of his. He messed her up too. Young. He don't care. He don't care. See, y'all, I see them ones. Yep. See them ones. Longstar says, what do you think about the rumor that he is going to tell on others in the industry? I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. I wouldn't. But to be honest with you, if he was going to tell, I think he would have did it a long time ago. Now we're here at the sentencing date. He would have took some kind of plea deal or bargain with them if he was going to tell on the industry. So I don't know. Maybe he'll do that in future reference when we get to Chicago. I think with this sentencing, it's going to humble him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. But I don't know, because he's a sociopath. You know, they go back to the scene of crime and they relish in their destruction. So I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to apologize. He could be arrogant and really thinking that still it's a conspiracy theory, just like all these other nuts around here that are now looking at the sentencing and thinking he still did no wrong. So I don't know. I don't really believe that rumor. I'll believe when I see it, but to be honest with you, it's kind of too late unless he carries that to Chicago. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Laura said 1. Yep. Latrice says, that's true, Whitney, because I will be talking about things to friends and coworkers that will come out to the mainstream media later. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Okay? We cover it extensively here on YouTube. It's big for us because a lot of us are living vicariously through this whole story, right? Especially me. You know, it's not going to impact me one way or another. When I click the X, my life continues. You know what I'm saying? But to see somebody of this stature be held accountable, it's dope. Monica says, I'm listening and doing housework before I go to work later. No problem. Yeah, turn me on. Just, you know, we'll be weaving in and out of updates. Let me see. I think we got one. Do we have any updates? Let me see. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, no updates yet, you guys, on nothing. Nobody's reporting. Okay, I got an update. All right, you guys, this is just in. This update just in. Court has resumed. This is a minute ago. I literally refreshed it. Court has resumed. R.Kelly's lawyer, Jennifer Bonjanles, told Judge Donnelly that she should sentence Kelly not based on inflamed emotions, but on the nature of the charges that he was convicted of in September. Bonjanles said Kelly has a history of being generous and is widely accepted as a musical genius. She pointed out that Kelly was the son of a single mother who grew up in a highly chaotic home where he was sexually abused and that he was a product of his childhood. Mr. Kelly rejects that he's this monster, Bonjanles said. Child, please. Okay? Child, please. Let me share my screen, y'all. Like I said, this just came in. Let y'all look at this gibberish of Jennifer Bonjanles. All right, and I'm gonna get back in the comments. But yeah, y'all, the court just resumed. As y'all guys see, this update came in 2 minutes ago that the court resumed, and Jennifer is basically trying to say, you know, don't listen to what you heard today. That's basically what she's saying. She basically saying that this is all emotions and it's inflamed. So don't base it off of what you're hearing today, but base it off of the conviction in September. Well, Jennifer, you idiot, okay? Even if she bases it off of September's verdict that came in, love, he's guilty. And he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law because he got convicted for all 9 counts. So, sweetie, that's a silly comparison or depiction or what have you. And then to go on and slide this whole he grew up, you know, in a chaotic home and he was sexually abused. He never got help. So I don't have no sympathy for him. I was too. I grew up in a chaotic. Well, no, let me stop mine. But I grew up being sexually abused from the age of, shoot, I can think back to 5. All the way up to 14. I sit here at the age of 35 and say I've never touched a child. I never tried to. I never wanted to. When I was younger at that age, yes, hurt people. But when I got older, I knew better and I did better in life. It's no excuse. None whatsoever. I have no sympathy, no remorse for him. I don't care that he was a product of his environment. He is too dang old to have still been doing this. Danny says, I always hear about nasty Trey songs. Always something, just like R. Kelly. We always heard those little rumors and little murmurs. You know what I'm saying? Lone Star says he was in your chat too. Yeah, you remember that? You remember that? Yeah. I had old boy from so what happened was that I was covering the whole Trey Songz stuff. You know, I had that series saying, you know, was he the new R. Kelly? And so we was reading the transcripts like we do. And one of the transcripts reflected like messages from like YouTube, Twitter, IG. And one of the IG comments, the commenter came into my chat. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I don't care about numbers like that. I don't care if it's 5 people. I guarantee you one of them was a very established individual that was watching. You never know who be in my DMs. Anywho, Tavia says, thank you. I appreciate you for being a professional, peaceful, and civilized lady. You are a good example of a woman. Oh, thank you. I'm proud to be a part of your channel. Oh, keep staying strong and confident. Oh, Tavia. Oh, thank you so much for that. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Moonlight says, I think that we are going to hear really shocking stories about Trey Songz in the future. I do too. I really do too. I think it's going to be like I said, Trey Songz is the new R. Kelly. Okay, you hear sporadic little splashes of Trey Songz, and then it's just going to be boom. But y'all know he got a court trial pending. You know what I'm saying? So, and Amber, hey Amber, this is okay. So Amber says, I appreciate your hard work, Miss Whitney. You always pick through the info with a fine comb and come with the facts. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to get in the courtroom like I wanted to, but can y'all imagine if I was in a courtroom, I would have had to wait to give you guys all of these updates. So I'm it worked out. But I am going to be, I'm telling y'all, as God is my witness, and if the Lord says the same, I'm going to be in Chicago. I sure am. I'm going to be in Chicago. I want to at least cover a good week of it and be there. Maybe even if it's the opening week of it, I want to be there. And then that last week go back. And then I want to, hear about the verdict. I'm going to figure it out. Taylor said, very true. Nia says he should take them all down, right? Taylor says he's scared now. I believe he's going to have a nervous and mental breakdown. Probably is. I wouldn't be surprised if he off with his head. You know what I'm saying? While he in there, try. But, that was 155. Okay, so it's another update, or was that it? Let me refresh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I saw it. I think that's what I was reading. Thank you, Moonlight. I think that's what I was reading, love. There is a new update on New York Times. Yeah, I think I read it, baby. Okay. Yeah, it says, look at me modding up in here. Thanks, Miss Whitney. You're welcome, Nia. Make sure that you get your IG. You post it in the chat and tag my lead mod, Katie. She's going to put you in the mod chat that we have. And my mods, I will be coming in that chat. I'm going to host some good little meetings and stuff with you guys to get you guys caught up, because a lot of stuff is about to hit Whitney DTB. I have some documentaries in the work. I have some shows that I'm going to be producing and doing on this channel, as well as, this trial. And so it's a lot of stuff coming. I'm going to need y'all to be all hands on deck. And, okay. Thank you. Okay, let me see who else. Let me see. Anybody else? Quana says YouTube needs to let you like comments. I know, right? That's so weird. Bless says not crying over him at all. Hey G says not Bonjanles. Laugh out loud. That's what we call over here. But child, y'all. I don't know if because earlier somebody was talking about Dominique. Dominique is doing fine, y'all. I'll go over to her page in a little bit and let y'all see. She is busy, baby, with that husband and kid of hers. Danny says, no excuse. How many women did he victimize? He ran a whole system of victims. He did. Any updates? Not yet. We are watching everything over here. Tell them, y'all, we have been on it over here, Andrew. Everything. I got CNN on lock. I got Court TV on lock, NBC and ABC. And we've been refreshing the New York Times as it come in, just to see if we have any updates. And nothing has came in yet. The last update was 10 minutes ago, resumed. So nothing yet. Yeah, he is a victim. I mean, we heard about that. He is a victim, but that's neither here nor there. Yep, 30 years. It's okay. Yeah, I tell my story, you guys, those that are interested. I tell my story on my channel. I produced a documentary called When Time Stopped. If one of my moms can grab that from my channel and put it in the chat, if you guys want to check that out, it's called When Time Stopped. It's a documentary on childhood sexual abuse, and it's told by myself along with two other young ladies and a male who's telling his story. So yeah, check that out. Okay, so I don't just talk about it, I'm about it. But yeah, no updates yet, Andrew. Danny says he had how many years to get help, and he has more than enough resources. His crime was so well planned out too. Exactly. Beautifully Anime says, I was about to say the same thing at Whitney DTV. I became a protector, not a criminal of any kind. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Taver says, Whitney, baby, I'm saddened that you experienced such evilness. It's okay. I'm okay. To God be the glory. If I never would have went through that, I never would have been so passionate about the matter. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you have a lot of people out here that be like, oh, y'all are basing this off of your feelings and your experiences. Heal. Well, that has nothing to do with anything as far as me feeling a way towards R. Kelly. I don't care about him. What he eat don't make me okay. But I care about, the people that went through this and voices weren't heard, because I was one of them. Moonlight said he was a victim of sexual abuse, but it doesn't mean that it's okay for him to abuse other women, specifically underage girls and boys. Let's not forget the boys, because I'm not sexist by far. Anybody abused, I'm saddened by that. Nia says R. Kelly 100% knew better. He chose to assault children. He's choosing prison, period. Andrew says R. Kelly grew older, but he never grew up, just like Trey Songz. Right. Tanya says, I see this with a lot of men that's been abused. They take it out on others. It's still no excuse. When you know better, you do better. He should have done better after the release of that tape. This is sickening. And y'all, please remind me, I am going to go over to the video that I did last night. They call him Daddy too, which I'm going over the John Doe. So if you guys are ever interested in that, go catch up. But tune in on Tuesday nights as I'm reading the testimony and transcripts of the John Does. Last night we actually read supposedly Joycelyn's letter to the court. So I'm gonna go back over there and pull that video up, and we're gonna listen in on that. Bless says she is crazy. Snap back to reality. I failed all the access that Atmos. I felt all the access that Atmos read this morning that R. Kelly answered, I am not an abuser. Wow, get out of here. ACE, adverse childhood trauma. We still appreciate you for putting in effort, Whitney. Thank you guys so much. Uh-oh. I missed some comments. I'm trying to get them, y'all. I'm trying to catch up. Robert Bobby Hall says, hi, Robert. Says R. Kelly's upbringing ain't no different from everybody else from the ghetto. When you grow up, you know right from wrong. You can't harm people and blame it on your past. Robert, thank you for that, man. Thank you. Exactly. And sad thing, this happens every day in the hood, B. A lot of us are victims in the Black community. A lot. And we're told to be quiet. What happens in this house, stay in this house. Oh, we got an update, y'all. Two updates. We have a sentence, y'all. We have a sentence. R. Kelly is officially sentenced to 30 years in prison. 30 years in prison. R. Kelly is sentenced to 30 years in prison. Wow. Wow. Wow.
What the hell is wrong with you people? Every famous nigga that gets arrested is not Nelson Mandela. Yes, the government conspires to put a lot of innocent black men in jail on fallacious charges. But R. Kelly is not one of those men. We all know the nigga can sing. But what happened to standards? What happened to bare minimums? You a fan of R. Kelly? You want to help R. Kelly? Then get some counseling for R. Kelly. Introduce him to some older women. Hide his camcorder. But don't pretend like the man is a hero.
You guys are hearing it. 30 years. 30 years. Play the song? Okay, let me switch over. 30 years, y'all. I gotta switch over to play the song. Y'all ready? 30 years, let's go.
Y'all killing me with this. I can't help.
Robert.
I can't help. You're killing me, man. This ain't not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Man, y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with killing me, man. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. You don't want to believe it. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. I hope this camera keep going. Stupid R. Kelly. Fight for my life. Stupid R. Kelly. Do it. Stupid R. Kelly. Fight for my life. Stupid R. Kelly. Do it.
R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in prison. That is life, y'all. That is life. That is life. This is not real. Wow, wow, wow. How many of y'all want to run that back? Y'all want me to run that back? Wow, wow, wow. Nobody's covering this, y'all, on none of these outlets. Nobody. Not even Court TV. Wow, wow, wow. 30 years, y'all. Let me run that back.
Y'all killing me with this. I can't help.
Robert.
I can't help. You're killing me, man. This ain't not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Man, y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with killing me, man. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. You don't want to believe it. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. I hope this camera keep going. Stupid R. Kelly. Fight for my life. Stupid R. Kelly. Do it. Stupid R. Kelly. Fight for my life. Stupid R. Kelly. Do it.
My. He how old? He how old? He how old? How old is he? How old is he? Y'all pour in, baby. I need to hear from y'all. I need to hear from y'all. The link is in the chat. Pour in. Tell me how you feel. What you feeling? I see G said it seems surreal. It do seem surreal, but it's real. Yeah. He too old. He gonna die in there. But mind you, he still has to go to Chicago. R.Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. He won't be able to be eligible for parole until he is in his 80s, 55 years old. Do the math, y'all. Let's do the math like how we do in school. Okay, you carry the 5. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This man won't be 85 years old, child. Yes. And a case in Chi-Town. R.Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. Y'all, oh my God. I got chills. Y'all, you see how God works? This man has been doing this for 30 years and he got 30 years. That's freaky. It just dawned on me. Oh my God.
Y'all killing me with this. I can't help.
Robert.
You're killing me, man. This ain't not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Man, y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all killing me with killing me, man. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. You don't want to believe it. Trying to kill me. Killing me, man. Trying to kill me. I hope this camera keep going. Stupid R.KELLY. Fight for my life. Stupid R.KELLY. Do it. Stupid R.KELLY. Fight for my life. Stupid R.KELLY. Do it.
My God, today, what did I tell y'all? Just because you getting by doesn't mean that you're getting away. 30 years. 30 years.
We did it, Joe. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
No, get it, Aaron.
I had to do the Kamala Harris. Yeah. But yeah, yes, 30 years. It is what it is. I mean,
right?
But let me tell you this. Tomorrow is June 30th. It would have been 9 months tomorrow since I tuned in to when you were talking about R.Kelly.
Wow.
September 30th, 2021. Yeah. It was September 30th, 2021 that I first tuned in onto the show.
Wow.
9 months.
Wow.
9 months. Wow.
Wow.
And then I'm here when I'm, finding out that R.Kelly's been sentenced to 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But, again, the day has come, that he's going to be getting something. And mind you, he still has his trial in Chicago.
Right.
So,
yikes.
I mean, so at the least, at this point, he'll be there for until he'll be in his 80s, at least, but what you gonna do at 80 years old? I mean, you can't bump and grind 80 years old,
Woo, golly. Aaron, y'all, and y'all gotta know that we did this. We made the impact. If y'all hear how all the other stuff impacted the trials and stuff like that, y'all gotta know that we did this. Constantly keeping our necks on the freaking government and exposing and holding people accountable, contesting. Yeah, we did it. Yeah. Okay, we'll see if he's singing ain't age ain't nothing but a number when he turned 85 getting out.
Yes, I mean, but just think of there's a lot more predators that will never be held accountable. Yes, it's easy to sit here today and be like, wow, he's going to jail, but just think how long it took. Just think while he was getting away with this, how he felt he was invincible. And the shocking thing about this is if he had stopped doing this back in 2008 when he was found not guilty of during the first trial, he could have, even though he did do all these things, there was tapes, back in the 90s and stuff, that we will never see, but just to think that he could have gotten away with this in 2008 if he had not continued.
Yep.
And the thing is, he actually did do it. It's like he could have pulled a OJ. Look at OJ now. See, OJ, more than likely had killed his wife. But it's like right now, he's just, he is free, but he's like OJ is free, so it's like, knowingly, OJ is free, and he knows what he did, so R.Kelly could have gotten away with this in the same way. But see, it's a different thing when you're hurting children, Yes, hurting a adult is one thing, which is terrible. But when you're doing this to innocent children, or innocent, people, children, under 18 years old, it's
they gonna get you for that. Fanny, what you gotta say? Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
It's a pleasure, WhitneyD TV. I have to say that I'm a brand new subscriber, so much love to you. I love seeing things like this.
Thank you. Welcome.
You are so welcome. This is just a real quick thing I want to say. Being a fan of his from the early 90s and then seeing, like, because I remember in kindergarten singing I Believe I Could Fly at graduation and things like that. And then when all of these crazy things started coming out about him, and first things first, we believed it. We were like, oh yeah, straight up and down, like he did these things. But America, like, just all over was like, no, we have to support him. And it just felt like you were in a twilight zone all up until he's found guilty. There's still YouTube videos and things like that where people are saying he's gonna get out, and I'm like, what are we missing here? Like, this man is clearly guilty. And then during the trial, like, if anyone had the opportunity to hear like how the trial went, it was just sickening. I could not believe what I was hearing. So I have to say, hey man, you do a crime, you do the time. Like, am I gonna listen to his music? Absolutely not. I can't. It's just weird. It is so weird.
Well, I appreciate you speaking up. I love when men come on here and they speak up for this, because you don't see that, you don't hear that, and for you to say, like I've said, I was a freaking what? This is after Aaliyah. This is after the sex video, of the young girl, so Rashonda, who we're going to hear from in Chicago. Okay. My favorite one said with me now, TP2.com. Okay. I love to hit it hard from big supporter. But after a while, it's like you hear this person, you hear that person, you hear that. You like, God, okay, like everybody can't be lying on this man. And then I
Right.
didn't think he was still doing it until I saw the press conference from the Savages. And I'm like, oh, damn, like he's still doing this now, you know?
If I must say, I believed he did all of this when, even before the Surviving R. Kelly, but when that documentary came out and every single woman had a different story, but the same type of, this is how it turned out. I was like, oh yeah, this happened. Come on.
Right. It's like, come on. And even then, people were saying that that wasn't true. The documentary wasn't true, that they got paid off and all this stuff like that. And I'm just like saying, like, so everybody was lying. Everybody got paid off. Like, oh my God, you know, like this, oh, they're just lying on him. The government is up for everything. The government didn't help him set up them iPads and the tripods to record all this stuff. And mind you, I read the transcripts. I know that you're fairly new over here, but if you would like to get caught up, I mean, everything is done now. But if you would like to get caught up, it was voluminous amounts of evidence. So much so they actually saw a video of him in the camera arranging R.KELLY, along with, I think it was Joy or Geronda, one of the other girls, arranging her in position with one of the John Does, telling them like how to do it, like, you know, moving them around in this freaking video. So it's like, people, he is caught literally red-handed in this process. So it's just asinine that they still like, it was no evidence and oh, this and that and third. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
And before I go, one more thing I gotta say was, we should have all known something was up when Born Into the 90s came out. She got that vibe, remember?
Oh my gosh, yeah, he started
Little
naming
cute
all those
Aaliyah's
girls.
got it. We like, what? She was 11.
Well, thank you, Fanny. You're
You're
more than
welcome.
welcome to stay on. We're just gonna be shooting the ish. You know, but if not, thank you for coming on. But yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm gonna be here for a little bit and just let you guys come in and voice your opinions and what you guys have to say on this freaking historic day. You know, and I want to ask you guys some questions and stuff while you guys hang around. But you know, Aaron, thank you, Fanny, thank you, Beautiful Animated. Did you have something you had to say?
Thank you.
Well, I was on the phone, so I couldn't hear what I'm sorry, I need your name.
Fanny went off. He went off.
Aaron,
yeah, I'm here.
I missed what I missed what you said because I was on the phone and stuff. So what did you say?
What I was saying was that it's long overdue, but it's exhausting. I kind of said some things in the chat, and of course on here, you may have to go onto the replay to see exactly everything I said. But just to sum it all up, you know, it's long overdue. It's exhausting. You know, it's been a long time coming, like over 30 years, and he's not done yet. He still has his trial in Chicago, so at the least, he'll be there until his 80s, at the least at this point. And
yeah, he's not seeing the light of day no more.
Yeah, if he makes it that long, you know. But then, you know, at the least, I mean 80 years old alone, what you gonna do? You can't up and grind 80 something years old, you know. But yeah, it's his career is
have
over.
wasted it on children and taking people against their will and stuff, you know.
And the thing about this is, if he had, you know, just think of the money spent. Okay, I remember. I mean, I would say one thing that is true, and this was the nutritionist who has spoken out on a certain platform or somewhere. He could have been a billionaire. Yeah, he could have been a billionaire, you know. Yeah, because if his music wasn't about the things he has done, if his music was actually, you know, I mean, we cannot take his talent away because he is a talented musician, but he used it on the wrong thing. I mean, if he had used his artistry for something great and not hurting children and stuff, he could have been on the level of who's the guy from the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Yeah, one of those type of people.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So he could have been a billionaire. But just think, all the money spent, all the time, just all the energy, because
and he could have, if he had just spent it on therapy, if
oh yeah, he could have had gotten the best therapy.
Then he could have still been a billionaire, because it takes so much more money to do wrong than it takes to do right.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta hide your stuff and be, yeah, no.
Yes, and the people that are defending him, it's like you just imagine. I mean, it's so much I can talk about, but yes, it just comes to show how our society is, that we even condone things like this, but the thing is, some of those people, when they see what R. Kelly has done,
yeah,
they represent. Some of these people feel like, how can I say this? They feel like, he speaks for them, because you got some of these guys out here like messing with children, and
y'all, we have an update real quick. Hey, we're not to cut you off. We have an update since then. Let me let y'all. I'm gonna read some of this, okay? Yeah. All right, came in 20 minutes ago, but Judge Ann Donnelly told R. Kelly that the public has to be protected from behaviors like his. Woo, go ahead, Judge. Prior to his sentencing, R. Kelly declined to make a statement because of pending litigation, his attorney said. When asked directly by the judge, he said, "Yes, Your Honor, that is my wish." You idiot. You apologizing wouldn't have did anything to your future. Anyways, Judge Donnelly says this, y'all. Her sentence is one I would have imposed regardless of the guidelines. Donnelly spent minutes detailing instances of abuse and violence that were brought up during the trial and addressed Kelly directly about what he did to his victims. These crimes were calculated and carefully planned and regularly executed for almost 25 years, she said. You taught them that love is enslavement and violence. Wow. Wow, y'all. Kelly is sentenced to 30 years for a scheme to lure children into sex. Yikes, y'all. So Judge Donnelly said, regardless of what she heard today, she already had her mind made up. Basically. Chocolate says, I was expecting more than 30 years. You know what? To be honest with you, I was too. However, I'm taking into consideration his age. Okay. His age for one, and then for two, these other pending trials.
Right, because they're all added. Yeah, they're gonna be all add up, right?
Yep. When you add up all his federal time, that's what y'all got to take into consideration.
Yeah.
This was federal, it wasn't state. He still has pending federal and state trial in Chicago. He got both state charges and federal charges in Chicago, and that's going to all add up to an over sum of time that he's going to serve. So y'all got to take that stuff under consideration. If this was just his only trial, oh yeah, it would have been up there, but it's not. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Yep. But yeah, they are going to give him credit for time served. But that's still not gonna do nothing. It's not gonna knock a dent in this. Y'all gotta understand, federal is
Right.
child. It's extensive, so that's not gonna knock a dent in it. He been in there for what, 3 years, so he still got what, 27
20.
years to go.
Sorry, that was funny.
God, that's hilarious.
That was funny. Yeah. Now,
Woo, geez.
now,
Oh my
now he's
goodness.
in. So R. Kelly is in New York facing these charges, facing his sentencing today,
Mhm.
Right.
and that is federal. Is that federal?
This is federal.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has another federal trial in Chicago. Okay, so I didn't know he had another federal trial in Chicago in addition to the actual state trial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has it was just federal here in New York, but then when he gets to Chicago, they got him on some stuff that he did in the state, okay? As well as, him breaking federal rules. So yeah. And then he
Now,
still got
now, do you think, or not, but do you know for sure if these if the federal charges that he's going to face in Chicago is more extensive than the one he's facing now in New York?
Oh yeah. It's obstruction to justice. He was messing with federal documents and stuff like that. Okay, we have a stream in from Court TV. I'm gonna share this
Okay.
so we can just see what is going on there. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, y'all.
What is to come? Judge, actually, most of these victims say they want him to spend the rest of his life behind bars. But in particular, there was a father who spoke today of one of the victims, and that's Faith. I actually want to read first what she said. She said she wasn't going to speak. She was going to let her father speak for her. But once she heard these victims speak before her, she decided she did want to speak. And she said that, first of all, that she accepted her own mistakes in this. The times she said yes when she should have said no. She also apologized to her parents and said that she forgot about the way that they raised her during this time, that she was chased, and that something that she wasn't ready to happen happened, and that she was abused. Now, right now, we are actually seeing the attorney for Robert Kelly walking out, and she is about to give a statement. Ashley, that is what's happening behind me. But really heartbreaking testimony today from these victims. And the father of Faith, he told Robert Kelly that he actually doesn't want to see
Julia,
him
I'm
spend the
sorry
rest of
to
his life
interrupt you, but I
behind
think I need to interrupt you simply because we're going to take that live, this statement.
The Court of Appeals. We've always believed in those arguments, and we believe that this enterprise was overcharged, and that the Second Circuit Court of Appeals will see it that way.
Can you share what he said to you after the sentence was read?
He was just asking for some clarifications about some of the terms and that were read to him. As you all know, Mr. Kelly has some literacy issues, so it's really important there's a great deal of things that have to be explained in a little more slowly. So,
But in terms of how do you feel about 30 years?
Well, I mean, obviously he's devastated. 30 years in prison is like a life sentence for him. But at the same time, we knew the government was asking for 25 years. We were prepared for what the judge might impose. So it didn't come as a great big surprise. We were prepared for it, and we are now prepared to fight this appeal. For us, it's just the beginning of the fight, frankly. So we were prepared going in for today, and he's doing okay with this fight.
He had a strong argument in his own defense. Why did he not want to make
a statement in allocution? Well, that was on advice of counsel. That was on my advice.
Why?
Because he has pending cases. It's obvious. He's got pending cases, and he has a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and I advised him to invoke that Fifth Amendment right. I promise you, he does want to make a statement. He will make statements eventually, but on the advice of counsel.
Can you say to the public that he is not guilty?
Okay, so the appeal will lay out that the enterprise that was charged As you will see if you've read my post-trial motions, which you probably have not, our position is this was not a RICO or racketeering act violation. These were isolated events that happened many years ago, and the government simply tried to plead around the statute of limitations to bring it in a RICO charge, which was inappropriate. So, I mean, all I can tell you is there was no enterprise. There was no enterprise. It was one man with allegations by a number of women, which doesn't make it an enterprise. And that is why he's not guilty of racketeering.
He's guilty.
How many family members?
You said he was remorseful. What did you mean by that? You said he didn't have to confess, but that he was remorseful.
I said he has regrets and he is sad. Nobody wants to hear what he heard today. He's a human being. He feels what other people are feeling, but that doesn't mean that he can accept responsibility in the way that the government would like him to, and the way other people would like him to, because he disagrees. He is not. He disagrees with the characterizations that have been made about him. But that doesn't mean he's not a human being and can't feel something when other people are in pain.
Is his abuser here today? You said that his sister abused him as he was a kid. He has 4 people here today.
Yes, he has a number of friends here today. No, his sister is not here today. He's been estranged from her for quite some time. He has 2 brothers who are fully in support of him, who were also victims of sexual abuse in his household. So they are here in spirit, although not here personally. So no.
You spoke about
What do
his
you say to
fiancée,
people
Job
who say he's a
Joyce.
predator?
Have you had the opportunity to speak to Joyce?
Yes, I speak to Joy regularly, and Joy is just fine. She is sad, but she told him, and she sent me a text message telling him to pray and put it in God's hands. And she loves him, and they're going to get through this. That's what she had to say to him.
Is he a predator?
No, he's not. No, he's not a predator.
You said this was an enterprise. You're saying that these
members of the Jennifer Bonjanles, Bonjean.
Are you saying that this sexual abuse?
Bonjanles.
No. We just went over some of the terms that the judge was reading to him. We didn't have a lot of time. But he was prepared for it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Waiting on the appeal.
You heard there the attorney for the defendant, who just now knows that 30 years is what this sentence is going to be, recounting a lot of what she said inside of the courtroom to the judge, that he was abused by his sister and their landlord when he was a child. She said that it may not excuse what he's done, but it helps us understand why he may have felt that these actions were okay in society. She also made a plea that he didn't understand, and that a lot of these were consensual situations that should not have come into a court of law in the way that they did. But you also heard Bonjanles saying that this is going to be something that they plan to appeal, and we expect that to be happening, especially now that the motion for a new trial before this court here has already been denied.
And Julie, I also couldn't help but notice how she described R.KELLY and said he's doing okay. He was really prepared for this today because we knew what the judge could sentence, and then found out what the judge did sentence, and also made the statement that no, he's not a predator. So put that together with all of your observations, the feel of the court, the people that are there, everything you've watched inside that courthouse.
It makes sense when it comes to his reaction to the words of the judge today. I actually heard a reaction from some of his supporters when we learned that the judge said that the guidelines in this case actually say that this is a life in prison sentence that would be appropriate for all of the counts that he was found guilty of, which were many, 9 counts to be exact. So putting that into perspective with the shock of life in prison versus 30 years as what he is facing, perhaps he may even feel that this is not as bad as it could be. We don't know. 30 years is still a long time for Kelly, but it really does jive with what we have seen from him in court. He's been very calm, did not have any kind of outburst the duration of this trial, just some emotion that you saw from him when some of the accusers were on the stand. But emotions are definitely running high here outside of the courtroom. You can feel it. There are people who are upset with this verdict, upset with each other, and that's something we saw at times during the trial, but it seems to be particularly heightened right now.
All right, Julia Janae, always appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us live from New York. We're going to take this opportunity to squeeze in a break because coming up next, the prosecutors are going to be giving a press conference about this sentence, 30 years sentenced for R. Kelly in federal prison. We'll be right back.
You can see your mailbox, basketball goal, or deck support within minutes with.
All right, you guys, we are back. How y'all feel about Bonjanles and her nonsense that he's not a predator, that, oh, woe is he, you know, it's no excuse for what he did, but maybe it'll give you a more description of why he thought it was okay with his big old Hawaiian self. I'm sorry, but I'm calling bullpoint. I'm going to hear from you guys, but that's no excuse. I don't care.
I mean, yeah, it's bull.
That's still no excuse for you to be doing this in your big age of 55 years old. And he was doing it all the way up until now. He's still doing it. Joy is still with him. Why she want to sit here and make it seem like, oh, she's just fine. Okay. Well, she grown now. Ain't much we really can do. But you know what I'm saying? But girl, anyways, what y'all think about it?
When I hear the name, Jennifer, her first name is Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer. I call her Bonjanles.
Yeah, when I think of Bojangles, I think
she a whole clown.
Of the chicken restaurant that's up the street from me here in Charlotte. Yes, we're the headquarters of the Bojangles Chicken and Biscuits restaurant. Yeah, that's what I think about. But overall, if I was in a position to where I was facing that kind of time for a crime, ain't much a attorney would be able to do. You know, I mean, I would be thinking, ain't much a attorney would be able to do for me, you know, unless they were able to basically, you know, like get me free. You know, that's what I would want a attorney for. You know, so it's like, you know, for her, it's some publicity, but at the end of the day, he's still going to be serving 30 years at the least, and then he has 2 more trials in Chicago. So is she going to be his attorney in Chicago as well?
I don't know, but I could never be an attorney for Satan.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, you know, it's, you know, long overdue.
Right.
It's exhausting. You know, when I'm, you know, when I heard about, you know, that he's going to be sentenced today, I did feel like, okay, is that it? You know, but then I also had to think about what it took to get to this point, because mind you, he's been doing this for years, and while he was getting away, he was like, you know, what was that video? I mean, there was a video of him like, I've been doing this for 30 years.
Yep. He say it's too late. They should have did this 30 years ago. Now it's too late. The music has been injected.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, while, you know, I might feel, you know, it's it for him, you know, it's over.
We're back, you guys. We're back.
Is one of the prosecutors who's now delivering a press conference. Let's go right to that.
Moments ago, R.KELLY was sentenced to 30 years in prison. This is a significant outcome for all victims of R.KELLY, and especially for the survivors who so bravely testified about the horrific and sadistic abuse they endured. R.KELLY is a predator, and as a result of our prosecution, he'll serve a long jail sentence for his crimes. With the aid of his fame, his money, and most importantly, his inner circle, R.KELLY preyed upon children and young women for his own sexual gratification for decades. He used coercive control, exemplified by a pattern of isolation, rules, dependence, threats, intimidation tactics, physical abuse, and at least once, the presence of a gun, to force victims, including minors, to engage in sexual activity with him and others, and to become unwilling participants in the pornographic films he wrote, produced, and directed. He continued committing his crimes for almost 30 years and avoided punishment until today. Today, the sentence shows that the witnesses reclaim control over their lives and over their futures. These are voices of mostly Black and brown women and children that were heard and believed, and for whom justice was finally achieved. This is a victory for them, for justice, and for future survivors of sexual assault. Victims of sexual violence must be heard, perpetrators must be held accountable, and our women and children must be protected. I hope this sentencing serves as its own testimony that it doesn't matter how powerful, rich, or famous your abuser may be.
Let's go!
Or how small they may make you feel, justice only hears the truth. I want to say that this case would not have been possible without the outstanding work, dedication, and skill of the prosecution team, Assistant United States Attorneys Elizabeth Geddes, Nadia Shahada, and Maria Cruz Melendez, Senior Investigator Keith Kolovich, and former paralegal specialist Kira Winthen and Alyssa Fagel. Their dedication to the truth and justice was truly extraordinary. I want to commend and thank the special agents who handled this case for their outstanding work, Ryan Chabot and Sylvette Reynoso of the Department of Homeland Security Investigations, under the supervision of Supervisory Special Agents Elvin Hernandez and Patrick Gill. They and detectives from the New York City Police Department painstakingly went through the documents, the records, and interviews to collect and verify the facts that became the foundation for this strong case. And finally, and I want to emphasize this, I want to say a special thank you to the brave survivors, those who came forward and all who endured. It is thanks to you that we were able to deliver justice today. I'll now call up HSI's Executive Associate Director, Steve Francis, for remarks.
All right, we're going to stop it there where the U.S. Attorney was just addressing the crowd. Breon P. Still with me here, I have Philip Dubé. Philip, tell me, very significant different statements from the defense attorney versus the U.S. Attorney's office. A defense attorney says he is not a predator, and this one very clearly from the U.S. Attorney's office said he is a predator, and this is a significant outcome for victims and survivors.
Yeah, the U.S. Attorney presented it like a pat response, sort of like a canned response. It sounded almost like an Emmy speech, frankly. We'd like to thank you, thank him, thank her, and everybody else involved in the prosecution. But I think defense counsel, who will be handling the appeal, actually made some very important points. I do. But I do think it's risky to appeal because he was facing a life sentence. It's very possible that the Second Circuit Court of Appeals for the state of New York could actually reverse the conviction and send it back, saying that the trial court abused its discretion by giving him such a low sentence.
Ooh.
There's always that risk. You got to be very careful as a trial judge, So he probably thought that he was doing R. Kelly a favor. Let's face it, I don't think there was any evidence that he had a record, and there may have been some evidence put forward that he was abused as a child, which certainly mitigates and would explain his behavior as an adult. Doesn't excuse it, but it might help explain it,
And just for viewers' sake to understand, you were talking about the government could appeal this sentence. Is that accurate? They could choose to appeal and say, too much discretion, Judge. It was not appropriate discretion, and therefore we are going to appeal and ask for life.
Sure, they could, but it would come up
Dang.
because remember, they only asked for 25 years.
Yeah, that's right. They only asked for 25 years. They got 5 more than they requested. You're going to stay with us. Coming up, we're going to have more reaction to R. Kelly's 30-year prison sentence, including the victim's attorney, Gloria Allred, and a live report from St. Louis, Missouri on the missing son murder trial. Stay with us here.
All right, you guys, we are back, and y'all just heard that. So they can say, you know what, this was too low. Let's go higher. You know, if so, basically, if Bonjanles don't sit her butt down, what's going to happen is that they're going to get more time. Now, your boy Andrew pointed this out. Check this out, y'all. I love this comment. He said Keith Rayner got sentenced 190 years. Larry Nassar got sentenced 120, and R. Kelly got sentenced 30 years. So they better stop with that. They bringing the black man down, because he got less time than all these white men of his counterparts who did basically the same things that he was convicted for. But mind you, like I told you guys, with Keith and Larry, the difference is that they had won. This was their major trial. R. Kelly has this one, Chicago and Minnesota, like I told you guys. So he has other federal cases pending. And then, so what we need to be doing is, all y'all got to do is write down that 30. And then we're going to see what it is in Chicago and then Minnesota, and add that all up. And that's how you really get the overall amount of his federal time. Their federal time, like you see, 190, 120. It's only 30 for him here, because this is one of his trials for federal. Okay, so take that into consideration. But exactly, Andrew, miss me with that whole, oh my God, you're trying to take the black man down. No. And oh my God, this has never been done before. Yes, it has. If I'm not mistaken, Keith Rayner did exactly what R. Kelly did, the exact offenses and Mann Act and racketeering, all of that. And y'all see he got 190. So yeah, and then here we go with this. I need to see the small violins in the chat. This whole, oh, woe is him. He got abused. Okay, well, these girls and boys got abused at a young age. Are they in turn are supposed to, abuse, because of that? No, I don't want. I don't want to hear that. What do you guys got to say, panel, in regards to what they said that, as far as Bonjanles talking about possibly, getting this overturned and, trying to get this whole process appeal. Do you think that she need to just sit her butt down and eat her food? Or do y'all feel like, shoot, go for it so we can get more time? What y'all think?
I'm speechless. Yeah, I'm speechless that I'm speechless that she's still trying to, get him less time. Is that what she's trying to do? Get him less time than the 30 years?
Oh, I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I can hear y'all. I had said something. I saw that Whitney was muted. Or she still is muted. She must be handling some business.
No,
yeah.
I was saying what's that woman's name? The attorney?
Jennifer Bonjanles.
Yeah, I call her Bonjanles.
Bonjanles, yeah, Bonjanles. Yeah, I totally think she should go for it. Go for it.
Go for it, Bonjanles. We are here for you. I'm telling y'all, I was rooting for Bonjanles this whole time. I saw how, unfortunately, Bill Cosby, is getting the freaking did y'all know he getting slaughtered in court? He was getting slaughtered, and then her other little guy that she was representing got all that time. Go Bonjanles, good job, girl. You are doing it. You are doing it. I'm just we're back, y'all. I am so proud of Bonjanles.
This hour, we're following developments in the missing son murder trial out of St. Louis,
Well,
Missouri.
no, that's
The
not it.
defendant's own child was on.
I heard it. I didn't hear about that case, but yeah, that's sad and unfortunate. Gosh, people are so weird. People are with the kids. I'm gonna remove it from the screen. Oh, well, okay.
30 years in prison. Victims and attorneys are now reacting to the sentence. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Going back to.
Okay. All right. So nothing yet. Let me move her from the screen. Oh, no, that's not what I was trying to do. Remove. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me get into these comments and see what everybody had to say. Nia said, yes, sit the F down, Bonjanky. I'm gonna have to steal that, Nia. Travis says, not happening, leave it alone. Kim says, R.Kelly deserved max. 30 years ain't enough. Let me see. House of Princess says, is it booty hole time or nah? That's what I think. Robert says, in my opinion, for what he did, 30 ain't nothing. I was looking for no less than 50. I feel they had sympathy for him that he didn't deserve. Yeah, I would have to agree. But like I said, y'all got to look at it strategically, okay? They did some negotiation and bargain. Y'all got to already know. They were like, okay, if you give him, we're going to give him 30. We're going to ask for 25 here. So when we go to Chicago, we're asked for 150. Y'all got to think about this stuff, okay? So, and then you also got to take into consideration, we don't know if he did some kind of plea bargain for Chicago. We don't know any of that. All of that stuff is still on the table because his trial hasn't started yet. You know what I'm saying? State says, I wanted him to get so much time that he would start crying or just lose it in court. Right. Katie says, I'm so glad I don't know that fool. And I'm from St. Louis and most of my family is here. Nia says, feel free, sis. Bonjanky. I think we got a new one, y'all. Bonjangles, Bonjanky. And I don't want to hear anything about Harvey Weinstein because he did worse than Weinstein, and Weinstein's sitting in jail too. And he had to pay millions of dollars. So, I mean, I feel like he completely got off on this, if you ask me. He's not having to pay millions in what is called retributions. In regards to the victims, he's not paying anything from what I know. But I feel like it's unfortunate that he didn't use that opportunity to apologize to these victims after he ruined their lives like this, you bastard. I don't care. I don't know why Bonjanky told him not to. That's silly, Okay, so we got some more updates in regards to just New York Times. So let me go ahead and share the screen with that while we're waiting on an update in regards to
she still wants to say he innocent. That's why she ain't doing it.
Yeah, why she talking about he is innocent. He is not.
Right.
Okay, so
that's why she don't want him to apologize.
Right.
That would be admitting
a form of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a form of guilt. I get it. Okay. So well, we actually heard it live. But New York Times says Jennifer Bonjean, R. Kelly's lawyer, spoke to the press outside of the courthouse. He's not a predator. He was prepared for it, she said, of Kelly's reaction to the sentencing. Oh, he was prepared. You see what I'm saying, y'all? I told y'all negotiations happen behind the scene. Okay? Mm-hmm. Negotiations happen behind the scene. They have to. Okay. She goes on to say he has regrets. Uh-oh. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I muted you beautifully. It goes on to say he has regrets and he is sad, she added. He disagrees with the characterizations that have been made about him. All right. Now we heard this from the attorney too. This was the black man that we saw. Says that spoke to reporters outside the courthouse, and he said this is a significant outcome for all victims of R. Kelly. He said he continued committing his crimes for almost 30 years and avoided punishment until today. And let me see if Gloria I read. Okay, now they're still okay. So Gloria I read, the lawyer for the victims, addressed reporters outside the courthouse with at least one of the women who gave statements today behind her. They wanted the court to understand their pain, she said. Together they are able to fight his power by becoming empowered, she added. I'm proud of all of them. Allred said they are relieved he has been sent to prison. Protecting other girls has been a major goal, she said. Now, lastly, Lizzette Martinez, one of the victims who spoke earlier at the hearing, told reporters she was an up-and-coming singer, a girl full of life before she met R. Kelly and became a sex slave. I personally don't think it's enough, but I'm pleased with it, she said of his 30-year sentence. I think we all feel the same way, that we don't feel like it was enough, but it is what it is. Let me see what you guys have to say real quick before we go back over to Court TV. I just wanted to give you guys that update in regards to the New York Times. Hold on, where did I leave off? Okay, right here. What's it? Takashi says, let's all stop pointing the fingers, asking how come we don't get so and so. We talking about R. Kelly foul self right now. Yes, thank you. Restitution. Monica says, I don't want to hear anything about a black man being railroaded either, because he makes it bad for black people with his behavior. Yep. Thank you to him. Takashi said, exactly, Monica. Yes, Monica. Kim says, only regret he has is getting caught. Stop it. Laugh out loud. Yep. I think that is one of his major regrets. Like, God dang it, I should have did it more discreetly. Katie says it should have said Jennifer Bonjanles, jangling, and her forehead veins spoke to the press. Yes, Javante and Lizzette spoke outside the court. They did great. Okay, we're gonna, keep you guys updated. Court TV, that's what I've been watching coverage, because they've been kind of looming in and out of it. Nobody else is reporting on anything. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to pre-schedule the next time I'm gonna come back. I'm thinking about coming back probably a little tonight, because I want to do a panel. If you guys are up for it, I want you guys to be able to call in and let's talk about how you guys feel about the verdict. If you feel like it should have been more, if you don't agree with the verdict at all, if you feel like, he was not guilty and this was an injustice of his rights, all of that. I want to hear it all. And I want you guys to tune in tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, and let me know what you guys think about it. Now, before we go, I see this that Azriel actually tweeted in regards to the verdict. I'm thinking it's in regards to the verdict. She tweeted this an hour ago, you guys. Azriel Clary says, oh goodness, okay, there you go. Azriel Clary says, the devil don't play fair, but God do. So I'm thinking that's in response to the verdict, because it was posted an hour ago. We received the verdict an hour ago. Again, Azriel Clary tweets, the devil don't play fair, but God do. Okay? And I would have to agree with that. You know what I'm saying? The devil, he be doing all kind of crazy stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
God has a way of bringing everything back. So,
I just wanted to say
yeah, I'm about to say
before
before
you
we leave.
before you drop down, you can tell that Robert, his attorney does not win many cases because of that atrocious hair.
Good girl.
Like you couldn't get
Girl.
nobody to do your hair.
Right? Girl, she's frazzled. Okay. She's
It's
frazzled
all
after Bill Cosby. She don't know what to do with herself. She got a lot going on. She's booked and busy. That lady don't know where she coming or going. Okay. She don't know.
right.
She just don't. So beautiful
Thank,
anime, thank you for coming on.
thank
Any last
you.
words, and then where can they find you at?
I'm beautifully animated with the so right there is how you spell my name for YouTube. I also have beautifully animated speaks. And I'm on IG, beautifully animated without the space. So yeah, I do. I'm trying to get more videos. I haven't been doing any videos for a while, but I'm gonna get back into it. Um,
And any
and
final words?
just pay attention to people's body language. You know what I'm saying? Body language will tell you or get it, either either it will tell you everything or at least give you a hint of what's going on and stuff like that. And that's for kids and adults, you know what I'm saying? When you're trying to look out for a person. And so pay attention to people and also pay attention to body language.
Absolutely. Thank you again so much for coming. I'll see you tonight.
All right.
All right. All right, you guys. Well. All right. Gosh, y'all, that was long. Okay. That was long. We've been at it since this morning, right on down to receiving the verdict this afternoon. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in here at WhitneyD TV. Y'all could have tuned in anywhere else in the world. But you guys decided to tune in here. So I appreciate y'all so very much. Hold on. I think it's Drake says, Whitney, it's time for your platform to not only become national, but worldwide. You fit the bill, superstardom. It's in the near future. Keep shining, queen. Oh, to God be the glory. You know what? Y'all have truly been a blessing. And I'm finna wrap this up because we're already finna be 2 hours and 15 minutes in. This past month of my life has been very, very, very intense. And on the contrary, I come on here and I smile and I laugh with you guys. And that's why I kind of been taking breaks in and out because I'm big on mental health, especially being a product of childhood sexual abuse. So I will take a break real quick and just detach and get myself right because I want to be able to come and be a light for you guys in such a major world of darkness. All right. So when I come here and you guys are such blessings like y'all are, it really encourages me to keep going because I know I'm a smaller YouTuber. I know we have a lot of other big YouTubers that cover R. Kelly footage that you guys may find more entertaining, but for you guys to come constantly, this is the second time back and you guys outdid yourselves. I'm appreciative. And I never knew coming on this platform that anybody would care to hear what I had to say, child. But over time, I see that you guys just love realness. And so I'm grateful for you guys allowing me the platform to be able to be my genuine self. And that's okay. Lazy eye and all, loud, stuttering, mispronunciation of words and all of that. Y'all listen and y'all thug it out with me. So thank y'all so very much. And you know what? Wherever God takes me, okay? Wherever God takes me, I'm a part of the ride. And I'm telling you, if you open up yourself to allow God's will for your life and not just say, this is what you allow God to do so much things that you never thought you would have been able to do. And I stand it as a prime example. I am actually had this opportunity to be a lobbyist, a ambassador. And y'all know I do ambassadoring for my different brands here on YouTube. However, I'm like the ultimate ambassador for I represent a franchise, a McDonald's, one of the big freaking businesses or whatever here in Dallas, Texas. He reached out to me because of my quote unquote star power, if you will, and you know, he see me on social media and things of that nature and asked me to be their lobbyist for the city of Dallas. So that's another reason why I've been kind of disconnected, trying to take this opportunity serious, because I don't know what I'm doing. But God, I guess, thought that I'm capable of it. Sorry, y'all, I had to take a break. Sorry, y'all. I had to I had to move off, or we had to knock at the door. But anyways, you guys, I've had this opportunity where I don't have this on my resume, but God allowed me the opportunity. And so that's because I opened it up and I allowed him to use me, right? So we'll be back tonight, you guys, but 1 second. Sorry, y'all. We got some maintenance stuff going on at this house. This is our last year here, and it's a lot of stuff we're trying to take care of before we boo scoot boogie up out of here. And so I was talking, my bad. But I say all that to say that, you know what? I'm open. Wherever God allows me to go, I'm open as long as He equips me. House of Princesses, come through with the words of encouragement. Yes, y'all. Yes, thank y'all for that. Seriously, I'm probably all scrambled head. Sorry. Tanya says you never know how your testimony could help others. That's why I'm so transparent, you guys. But I'm sorry because I'm running over appointed time, and I don't mean to throw stuff out there and be scatterbrained or whatever the case may be. But basically, my point is, okay, be open. All right. Allow God to use you in whatever capacity, you know, and no shade to those that do. I never was able to get into the manifestation boards. I never was able to get into the little boards or whatever. I don't even know if they call manifest boards, but anyways, y'all know the little boards that you make. I never was able to get into it. And then I got clarity from my pastor. He was like, because when you do that, you are kind of putting objects, materialistic things on boards instead of just allowing God to bless you however way He's going to do it. And so that's where I'm at. So I say all that to say, you guys, be encouraged and know that the best is still yet to come for you, and to whom much is given, much is required. Yes, thank you, vision boards. Okay. All right. So I'm just open to whatever God has for me. You know, and we supposed to walk by faith and not by sight. So I'm just open. You know, I wasn't looking for this opportunity at all. But anyways, y'all, drills are starting and stuff like that. I will see you guys tonight here on YouTube. Same bat place, different bat time. I'm gonna pre-schedule it, and you guys just, you know, tune in then, and I'll see y'all tonight. Okay. All right, y'all. Deuces.